Hey guys, welcome back to Jurassic Collectibles. I hope you're all doing really well. I'm joined here today by my R2-D2 mug of tea. And that can mean only one thing. It's time for a dinosaur review. And today, we're taking a look at this guy. It's a brand new 2018 Acrocanthosaurus. You can find the item featured in today's review and more at everythingdinosaur.com. Check out their site today. Now, those of you with a keen eye may recognize this as a model Papo have released already. That's right, they have, in a much brighter paint scheme. And this one we have reviewed on the channel. Link to this review is down below if you want to see that one. We will be comparing them later on in the video. But this time we've got a much more naturalistic, greyish brown looking paint scheme from Papo, and I have to say I think I do prefer this updated paint scheme. Giving this Acrocanthosaurus a quick 360 on the turntable, you can see the back half has this really nice patination going on, which I feel is inspired by aquatic creatures like cuttlefish or tropical fish, mainly because the stripes seem to blend together and have this sort of rounded look to them, which feels to me more aquatic than, say, a zebra or something that's like a land-dwelling animal. Maybe a tapir has a similar effect. Without further ado, let's take a closer look at this model. So starting off with the head, you can see we've got a really beautiful color scheme going on here. There's really nice subtle airbrushing going on, and the sculpt is incredible. It does have the eyes going in two different directions. If you look there, you can see one eye is looking up and the other one is looking up in a different angle. That's just so that you've got some variation when you put this thing on the shelf. Papo tends to do that with their carnivorous dinosaurs. Really nice pink airbrushing going on here across the nasal cavity. And just really nice washes of greys and browns going on. Those eyes look really genuine because they're bordered by that nice black, which really helps seat the eye. And it's also got a really nice glossy finish. The teeth look really cool, overhanging the lower jaw. They're a little bit softened off, but I think they have to do that with most toys. Although there are nice sharp scales going on under the jaw here, which is really cool. And it does have an articulated jaw. So if I open up the jaw, you can see all this wonderful detail that's exposed inside. Really nicely sculpted interiors of the mouth, and it's even been weathered as well. Same with the tongue. Really nice detail. Beautiful detail in the corners of the mouth. And it does have a glossy finish as well to give it that sort of genuine wet look. Very nice indeed. As we move down the neck, we got really nice creases and muscle sculpting going on. Nice little spines going along the back there. As we move into the shoulder area, you can really clearly see the scapula just poking through. Really nice musculature defined in the arms. Beautifully sculpted hand claws, and I love the contrast in the weathering that they've used on the hand claws there. It looks like a yellow weathering, just to give you some difference between the weathering on the hands and the weathering on the claws. I look inside, you can see more weathering of the scales. Really helps that detail pop. And then we move into this patination, which I just think is so organic and beautiful. I don't know how they've done that, whether they've actually had someone hand paint these or whether they've put a template across it and then sprayed it so that they get the same patination every time. But this kind of attention to detail is what Papo really does well at. You can see the nice sail going across the back. Nice creases in this leg coming forwards. Nice feeling of the bone there, the hips coming through. Lovely defined musculature in the upper legs, really lovely natural looking creases. Nice feeling of compression in this leg as it comes forward. Really beautifully sculpted and weathered feet. I mean, Papo really are the best at these. And then as we move into the tail, you can see this nice yellow airbrushing going on underneath. Nice gentle curve in the tail with a flick at the end. Again, really beautiful patination going on across the body. As we move into this leg, nicely contrasted, this one's back while the other one's forward. So you get this feeling of movement in the sculpt. And you really get the feeling of tension, the skin being pulled away from the rib cage towards the leg there. Just a beautiful sculpt. And also you've got the toes being bent back there. Really nice attention to detail. Really nice sculpted knees there with nice big broad scales. Nice sort of veining coming through over the rib cage there. You can see the ribs coming through. Again, nice feeling of the scapula. The arm looks really nicely sculpted and weathered. Got a nice little spot here coming from the patination. And then we've got this nice contrast of this pink spray and lovely washes going all across the neck there as we move back into that head. With those scales hanging down, this one does feel almost like a Komodo dragon, which I really like. But it's got a really nice, slender, predatory looking skull. Okay, so just how big is this Acrocanthosaurus? You're looking at about 29 centimeters, just over 11 inches long. And in terms of the height up to the top of the tail, you're looking at about 6.5 inches, which is about 17 centimeters. Size comparison time, here's the recently reviewed 2018 Amargasaurus from Papo. And you can see that the Acrocanthosaurus does tower over this smaller sauropod. Next, let's bring in the original Acrocanthosaurus. Not so much for a size comparison because these two are exactly the same, but you can see how they would look on your shelf next to each other if you wanted to have different versions or variations in the same species. Next, let's bring in a classic Papo Tyrannosaurus Rex. I say classic, but this is one of the box set paint variations that we have reviewed on the channel. And the reason why I brought this variation in is because actually it seems like that dinosaur inspired the paint scheme for the original Acrocanthosaurus. You can kind of see there that they are sort of similar. So for a while, Papo went through making variations of the dinosaurs in a similar paint scheme. They were obviously trying things out. But this gives you a good idea how big the Acrocanthosaurus is next to the Tyrannosaurus Rex from Papo. And last but not least, let's bring in our good friend, It's Off-Color Alan. There he is. He's been in my baby's sand pit, having a good time. He's still got a little bit of sand on him from all his adventures, but I'll give him a good clean off later. As for comparison with the existing Acrocanthosaurus, here you can see the two next to each other. I much prefer the new one in terms of the weathering and just the realism, but there is something nice about the boldness of the old colour scheme. There does seem to be a little bit more of a sort of a sheen on the old one, whereas this one feels a bit more matte and realistic. Looking at these two from the front, I think I do prefer this newer model much more, just because that patination helps give this dinosaur more contrast on the shelf. It just stands out to me more, whereas this one feels like it blends into one with that purple stripe all along its body. In terms of the feet and hands, there's something nice about the bluish colour that they've got on the older version, but I do prefer the patination that's going up the leg and across the body of the newer version. And although the head sculpts are exactly the same, I think the paint scheme on this newer one is much more naturalistic and believable, even down to like the details on the eye. If you look at the old one, it's got a yellow eye with this red pupil. The newer one's got a yellow eye with a black pupil, and it just seats much better in this naturalistic paint scheme. In this older one, there's something of a cartoony look to it. So it depends what your tastes are. And if you want a really nice, bold, attractive dinosaur, you might still want the original version.
Now you've seen it reviewed, why not pick up your own at everythingdinosaur.com? Link is in the description.
So there we have it, guys. That was today's brand new look at the 2018 Acrocanthosaurus. You should be able to get these on Everything Dinosaur very soon, so do keep your eyes peeled and make sure you check out their store for more lovely dinosaur figures. In the meantime, guys, rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.